Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for April 24, 2026, and it's actually pretty solid, especially for after record store. I didn't anticipate this much stuff being here to show you guys, but yeah, here it is. Also, a lot of killer pre-orders were announced this week. So pretty solid week over, all in all. A lot of the record store day stuff is gone, but there's still a couple of solid titles, I think. The Talking Heads is still available on the website. The Record Store Day Talking Heads, the Record Store Day Doors, which sounds amazing. It's a studio outtakes from, God, I'm having a brain fart. What the hell album is it from? Soft Parade? What else was there? That Abby Lincoln, which I thought was fantastic. That's still available. But for the most part, a lot of it's gone. But there's still some stuff available. But yeah, it was a solid record store day, week. It was our best record store day ever. So I said it was a really, really good list, and everybody in the comments kind of gave me, "Oh, you say that every year," but I was pretty emphatic that this was a solid list, and the numbers don't lie. It was a good list, and that was, I was only hampered by the amount of records that I had to sell, because to be honest, a lot of that stuff I could have sold a lot more, but a lot of stuff was really heavily allocated. But yeah, let's go over this week's pre-orders, starting with 4 new Rhino Reserve titles that were just dropped. All analog, cut from tape. We've got The Time, Ice Cream Castles. I'm looking forward to that, actually. That should sound pretty good. Betty Wright, I Love the Way You Love with Cleanup Woman. Little Beaver, Party Down. And Alan Toussaint, Life, Love, and Faith. All of those are coming out June 5th. Audio Slaves, Out of Exile is coming out June 12th. That has not been in print in a very long time. Tough album to find. 2 new Verve Vault titles. We've got Cal Jader's The Prophet and Coltrane's Ascension Edition 1 and 2. So that's kind of cool how they're putting both editions as a double. Originally it came out as one. Coltrane went back, changed some stuff, and then that became 2. Now you're getting both in a gatefold as a Verve Vault. 3 new Deutsche Grammophon Original Source Series titles were announced. Those are coming out June 5th. They're on the website. And the next 2 Blue Note Tone Poets got a date of June 5th. Curtis Amy's Tipping On Through and Bobby Hutcherson's Components. So yeah, solid titles for pre-order. Okay, let me show you guys what came in, starting with maybe my personal favorite of the week, because it's such a hard title to get. This is Lee Morgan's first album. It is originally on Savoy. Introducing Lee Morgan with Hank Mobley's Quintet. Fantastic recording, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent. Lee Morgan, Hank Mobley, Hank Jones, Doug Watkins, and Art Taylor. Hell of a lineup. Very, very difficult Savoy title to find. So cool that it's a nice, beautiful OJC audiophile title. We've got The Young Lions. This is in stereo, another OJC from VJ. So we're getting some squirrely-ish type stuff, the Savoy and VJ stuff. Lee Morgan, Wayne Shorter, Bobby Timmons on piano. Again, a solid title. Also cut by Kevin Gray from the original analog tape, as well as, I'm just going to start off with the Kevin Gray stuff, it looks like. The newest Tone Poet. This is the complete Roundabout Midnight at the Cafe Bohemia. Kenny Dorham, Blue Note 1524. This is a 3-disc, all analog set. I really like these trifolds that they're doing. Keeps it, you still get a nice triple disc, but it's not a big box set taking up too much space. Nice. Part of the Acoustic Sounds Verve titles, we've got the John Coltrane Quartet, Africa and Brass. La Fée, we've got A Matter of Time, The Final Hour. From Music on Vinyl, we've got the Thelonious Monk Underground. Limited edition of 2,000 individually numbered copies on orange-colored vinyl. Iso Suzuki, Mongolian Chant. Look at that. Tito Puente. This is from Music on Vinyl. Limited edition on translucent green colored vinyl. Music on Vinyl Latin. Gilberto in Mexico. Let's see. This album captures the bossa nova legend in exile, blending Brazilian classics. Yeah, this looks pretty good on aqua green vinyl. For the first time on vinyl, audiophile limited edition of 2,000 units. Gold foil numbered vinyl. On Digger's Factory, this is Chet Baker, 2 a Day. God, that artwork, the photography on the back is great. Look at that photo. This is done with Project. One of the best concert films I've ever seen. I guess it's considered a concert film, but up there. Not the best. The best would, I think, be Stop Making Sense. But, God, this was so good. Elvis Presley in concert. This is Epic. Baz Luhrmann's Epic. Essentially using all the footage that they found when they were making the latest biopic from, yeah, this was the lost footage, and man, it's so good. They went back, they re-recorded a lot of audio, they brought some guys in and did some audio work on it, so this kind of is unique in the sense that the mixing is a little weird, you know, where Ronnie Tutt's drums might be really loud on a certain track, but the way they did it is fantastic. Concert film-wise, it's amazing. This is the soundtrack to the concert film. Noah Kahan's latest album, The Great Divide. This is the indie exclusive on beer bottle translucent vinyl. And then I have the first edition pressing on American Rust vinyl. All right, Lainey Wilson. Saying What I'm Thinking. To the new soundtrack to the new Michael, Songs from the Motion Picture. On translucent black ice vinyl includes the hits Billie Jean, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Human Nature, and more. New album by the Foo Fighters. We've got it a couple of different ways. This is the indie exclusive opaque red vinyl variant. And then we've got the standard, what I'm assuming is black color. Your Favorite Toy is the name of the album. The Zombies Begin Here, newly remastered in mono. This is the glass clear indie exclusive version. It includes 3 US bonus tracks. And then I have the standard black vinyl version. Terry Callier. Limited to 2,000 copies worldwide. This is on Time Traveler. 748 of 2,000. At the Earl of Old Town. From Music on Vinyl, we've got Sponge, Rotting Pinata. How do you feel about candy corn, guys? Personally, I think it's disgusting. Does anybody like candy corn? Is that something that people actually seek out and eat voluntarily? I'm curious about that. You know, go ahead and leave me that answer in the comments below. But I've often wondered, who do they make this for? It's so nasty. Why? Candy corn. This is a 12-inch of Boys Don't Cry, the 1986 mix from The Cure. Winger. This is limited edition from Friday Music. Self-titled album. This is The Descendants. Enjoy. This is the Punk Note edition, where they've kind of paid homage to Blue Note. Tip-on jacket. Similar structuring on the artwork of the album. And then the standard reissue from Morgue Music with the traditional artwork. Wolfmother, Rock and Roll Baby. This is Camouflage Exclusive Color. A few different Wolfmothers this today. This week, Rock Out. This is the indie vinyl exclusive on psychedelic green vinyl. 2 LP set from Yes. This is the expanded edition of From a Page, featuring the original 4 songs along with alternate versions and demos. Failure, Location Lost on black vinyl. The new album from Ringo Starr, Long, Long Road. The brand new album was produced by T-Bone Burnett, featuring Sheryl Crow, St. Vincent's, Billy Strings, and Molly Tuttle. I imagine Ringo can probably get, or any Beatle for that matter, can probably get anybody on their album. Wouldn't you imagine if you were a Beatle and you got a phone call, or like if you're an artist, got a phone call from a Beatle, said, hey, would you like to be on? Even if it's Ringo. I mean, obviously Ringo's not putting out #1 songs anymore, but I'd imagine you're going to be like, yes, please. Paul Weller at the BBC, Volume 2. The Wild Swans from Music on Vinyl, limited to 750 copies. Bringing Home the Ashes. This is number 321. Oh, I got an original of this. This is Sagittarius, present tense, limited edition of 1,000 individually numbered copies on orange-colored vinyl. I found my copy of this at a record show here in Phoenix about 15 years ago for $40, but it was like mint and the shrink. It was nice. Nice copy. Dead or Alive, Youthquake. From Music on Vinyl. Also from Music on Vinyl, we've got Bewitched. Limited edition of 1,000 copies on pink-colored vinyl. Chet Faker, A Love for Strangers. 2 versions of it. I'm assuming this is the indie vinyl version. Doesn't say, go on the website because it doesn't give me a color on this one. Meghan Trainor, Toy With Me. Holy cow, she's skinny. I don't remember her being that tiny. Back with her new album featuring Getting Girl, Still Don't Care, and Shimmer. Freako, Something Worth Waiting For. Julia Cumming. My brain wanted to say Cummings, but her last name is Julia Cumming. This is the debut album. Nessa Barrett, Jesus Loves a Prima Donna, 12-inch EP. On crystal clear vinyl. Sugar, File Under Easy Listening on blue vinyl. Alien Sex Fiend, Between Good and Evil, the collection on black and red vinyl, 2-disc set. What do we got here? Merciful Fate, Into the Unknown. This is on a white vinyl. Metal Blade Records. The 1970 cult classic Blonde on Blonde, Rebirth. From Deutsche Grammophon, Johann Johansson, Piano Works. Having a rough time today with this bin. It's not cooperating. All right, you go there. Okay, from Music on Vinyl, we have Dexter Wenzel. Time is slipping away. Limited to 500 copies on translucent blue-colored vinyl. It just says limited to 500 copies, but they're not numbered. The Moment, the score. bunch of reissues from Soda Stereo. These are all, where did I import these from? These are all Sony Music. I think these are Argentinian imports. Really cool textured cover. Really cool. Soda Stereo, this is the self-titled. They really have this cool cover. Nada Personal. This is Signos, also to stereo. Double Vida. And Dynamo. Why is Dynamo damn near twice the price? Don't know. The Los Felicias. This is Sabor a Felicias on Vampisol. Ooh. Guitar songs from Tanzania, Kenya, Zambia, and Dr. Congo. Damn, this looks good. Who's this from? Mississippi Records. Includes a 8-page booklet. New album from Static Styles. I think this is newer. Might be a local artist as well. This is Static of Spades. Another Static Styles. Live Your Best Life. I think this is a local, local artist. Well, I mean, look, maybe local. He's standing at the crossroads between Arizona and California. Okay, a couple of hot restocks, starting with two really hot restocks, starting with the always in demand Chet Baker Sings Tone Poet. This is a tone poet that they really haven't been able to keep in stock for 6 years. Since the pandemic, that record has constantly pretty much been out of stock and or going for like hundreds of dollars on the secondary market, oddly enough. But hopefully this is the time where we're able to keep it in stock. All analog, cut from the original master tape. This is the definitive version of Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. 45 RPM, cut by Kevin Gray. This is the one you want. Got a restock of Beethoven's Symphony No. 3, Erotica. This is the Deutsche Grammophon Original Source Series, numbered to 3500. On these, don't sleep on them. For some reason, they numbered them. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't just keep them in print. They numbered them to 3500. They seem to just come and go away, and then you don't get them anymore. This is the new reissue of the self-titled Rush from Universal. Gorilla's G-Sides. I think these are just some of the key restocks we've gotten in lately. Beck's Everybody's Gotta Learn Sometime. And the new John Scofield Quartet, Meant to Be. This is actually only a couple of weeks old, maybe a month or two old. This is a Blue Note Classic title, a double Blue Note Classic title. All right, guys, all of these titles and pre-orders can be purchased online at theingroove.com. Until next time.